Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can tell, this is another top 5 video, and in this video we're going to be looking at the top 5 graphite pencils. Now, this is just my top 5 graphite pencils, and there are a few graphite pencils that I've yet to test and review, and so this could change later on down the line as and when I get any of those pencils. But for now, after you've watched the video and you've watched it all the way through and you've seen the 5 list, if there's any graphite pencils that you've used that are not on this list, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know why you think they would maybe supersede any of the 5 pencils that I've got on this list. I wanted to refresh my memory when I was doing this top 5 list. So with all of the 5 graphite pencils, I lifted out certain grades from the range. So the H range, just the H, the B, then the HB, a 2B and a 2H, and then a 4B and a 4H. And I think that's a decent cross coverage of graphite ranges to be testing. Also on this list, I've also set beside, I'll show you kind of like a side-by-side comparison at the end of the video, but I've also set out the sets that are available for each particular graphite pencil. But I'll have all of that listed over on the written review. So let's get stuck into it. So number 5 is, for me, the Durant Graphite range. Now, this has got nothing to do with the whole chroma flow thing, just in case you're not aware of that. It's simply because of all of the different graphite pencils that I've tested, when you get up around in the H grades, when you get up around 6H and above, pretty much all of them start to become a little bit gritty, because what's happening there is it's a lot less graphite. Graphite is a very soft mineral, and so it's a lot less graphite and a little bit more clay that gives it that lightness. But for some reason, and I don't know what it is, the Durant H range is, I find it to be very, very gritty, and on some occasions it's been so gritty that it has been almost like you can see the scratch marks that it leaves on the paper. Like if you're using a Bristol vellum paper or something like that, you can see the scratch marks that it's leaving. Now with the Durant Graphite, they've got a nice range of grades in all of their sets. So they've got a 24 set, and that's 9H to 9B. They've got a 12 set, which is 9B to H, so all the darks. Then they've got a mid-range set. Again, it's another 12 set, and that's from 6B to 4H. Then they've got another 12 set, and that's the B to 9H. And then they've got a 6 set, which is 6B, 4B, 2B, HB, and a 2H. The thing I like about the Durant sets is that they give you these 12 sets. So there's 3 sets of 12. And if you are more inclined to use a lot of the lighter grades, then there's a set of 12 for you, or the darker grades. But then they've got this really good medium set of 6B to 4H. So I do like the way Durant have laid out their sets. Coming in at number 4, and I know this will probably be a shocker to you, but when you see what's at 3, 2 and 1, you might understand it, is the FaberCastell Graphite. Now, the FaberCastell 9000 range is a great range of graphite pencils. I am almost certain that a long time ago they had a 24 set of their Graphite 9000, but I can't seem to find that set anywhere. But for now, the only sets I could find was two 12 sets. One was 8B to 2H, and then the other one was 5B to 5H. Now I'm almost convinced that the FaberCastell 9000 goes higher in the H range than the 5, but I couldn't find it. Anyway, when I did the swatch of the FaberCastell 9000, again, there was nothing really wrong with the laydown of the graphite, and the 4H was a little bit gritty, but not as gritty as the Derwent. But the FaberCastell 2H was certainly a lot smoother than the Derwent 2H. They've got in their range, their darks are really quite nice and rich. Now, when I'm talking about the FaberCastell, I'm not including in this their pit range. So I'm just talking about just pure graphite. Coming in at number 3, and this might surprise a lot of you, is the Dash Grawood. Now, the Dash Grawood comes in a strange set format. Comes in a 9B, a set of 15, which is the set I have, which is 9B to 4H, and then they've got a 6 set of 2H, HB, 3B, 5B, 7B, and 9B. Now, what I love about the Dash Graphite range is that their B range, their darks, are really super dark. I really enjoy using them. You'll see some artwork as well popping up here while I'm talking to you, and it's the artwork that I've done with the particular set that I'm talking about. And the artwork that I done with the Dash Graphite, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was something I was very happy with. Working with the graphite for the Dash Graphite was such a pleasure. It is at number 3, and the only reasons it is at number 3 is because the next two just pushed it at number 3. The Dash Grawood has a very smooth laydown on the 4H, which is the highest you could find it. Now, with a lot of these graphite pencils as well, I'm not taking into consideration, when I'm giving you set sizes here, I'm not taking into consideration the little additional sets, like the sketch sets that they might also have some of the graphite range in. I'm just talking about sets that comprise of just the graphite pencils. Coming in at number 2 is the Stadler Mars Lumigraph Graphite. Now, this pencil I think this is going to be a lot of people's favourites. I can totally understand why. The Stadler Mars Lumigraph Graphite, they come in a fantastic set range. So they've got a 24 set, and it goes 12B to 10H. So there's a really, really great grade coverage of graphite, and with the 12Bs and 10Bs and stuff like that, you've got a really, really dark, rich graphite tones there. They also do 2 12 sets. So they do, one of the 12 sets is 6B to 4H, and then the other 12 set is 8B to 2H. So there's not a great difference in both those sets. I much prefer the way Derwent have laid out their 12 sets, but nevertheless, they are the 2 12 sets. It's more the 24 set of the Stadler Mars Lumigraph that I find impressive, because it's got that 12B and 10H. They've also got a 6 set, which is comprises of 8B, 7B, 6B, 4B, 2B, and HB. So no just H's in that set. And then, like I say, there are other sets, and plus you can buy these pencils open stock as well. The laydown of the Stadler Mars Lumigraph is just really, really gorgeous. Very, very smooth graphite. Even on their H ranges. Now, I would normally suggest that people don't go higher than 6H if you're if even that, perhaps 4H. But nevertheless, Stadler have managed to produce a 10H, and the grades leading up to that are really, really smooth. And I don't know how they do it, because by the time we get the 10H, we're pretty much just dealing with clay. Coming in at number 1 is the High Uni Graphite range. I know this is a set that I've just recently done, but nevertheless, this set blew me away. The smoothness of the graphite was just exceptional. Plus, whenever it gets into the B range of the pencil, the darks on this set are just amazing. It is a little bit pricey, but so's the Dash Graphite as well, and the FaberCastell. But the Mitsubushi High Uni Graphite for me is definitely number 1. They have a 22 set. Now, I couldn't find smaller sets. I could only find sets of 12, but they only come, the 12 sets only have like 1 grain in it, so 12 of the HB or 12 of the 2B, that type of thing. But the 22 set is a 10B to 10H. So I know some people would still say that that's a little bit overkill, but if you look at the swatch that I done of the Mitsubushi High Uni and the Stadler Mars Lumigraph Graphite, if you look at the Stadler set, the 24 set, the 12B all the way down to about the 8B, they're all very similar in tonal value. With the Mitsubushi, the 10B to the 8B is quite similar in tonal value as well, but obviously you've got a lot less similar tones there. I just really enjoyed the Mitsubushi High Uni Graphite range, and it blew me away in terms of the super darknesses that it gave me. And another thing as well that I found with the Mitsubushi High Uni Graphite range was you get sheen of all graphite. That's why so many sets are coming out now, like the Stadler Mars Lumigraph Black and the FaberCastell Pit. All of these carbon-based type pencils have a lot less sheen on them when the light hits it, and so they're very beneficial for graphite artists that are trying to get really deep, rich darks without that metallic looking sheen. But for some reason, the Mitsubushi, out of all of the sets that I've just shown you here, or just gone through with you, the Mitsubushi had the darker tones in that is a lot less sheen on it than any of the others that are in that range. So you can see here, this is my little swatch here of all of the pencils put together, and you can see for yourself the different ranges in darknesses and things like that. You're not really going to be able to see what I'm talking about with regards to the scratchiness or anything like that. Maybe, hopefully the camera will pick it up in close up. Feeling that if you go across to the written review, I will have this image there where you can click on it and zoom in and enlarge it, and get to see it for yourself. But if you look at the darks and the H range here, you can see for yourself the different tonal values in all of them. So that's my top 5 of the graphite pencils that I've used, and you know, there's still a few sets that I'd really love to get my hands on. The Tombow mono graphite range, I have a few of those pencils, but not like the full range. I'd love to grab a set of those to do a review of those, because I know the Tombow mono are also a really lovely pencil. Lyra have a really nice set of graphite pencils as well, so I'm going to try and get hold of that set to do a review of, and there's a few others that I want to try and grab hold of and review them as well. But for now, this is my top 5. Like I said at the beginning, if there's any of the graphite pencils that I haven't spoke about here that you've used, let me know in the comment section what they are, and let me know where you think they would fit into this top 5. And hopefully, if they're, you know, you're talking about a set that maybe I haven't had a chance to use yet, I'll go out based on your recommendation, get a set and put them through a review for you as well, for everybody else actually. So if you've got any questions or anything that you want to say about this top 5, please by all means just leave them in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for all of your support and your comments that you've been leaving on the videos so far. It's been absolutely fantastic reading over them. Also, if you want, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. That's where I put loads of photographs and things that are related to my family, the dog, stuff that's just not, it's not just art related, it's family based as well. So if you want to see any of that stuff, by all means follow me on those platforms. And also as well, when I'm doing some artwork, I put up work in progress photographs over on those platforms as well. So if that's something that would interest you, the links for those will be down below. I also have a Patreon channel, which I have a really good course that I'm working on at the minute that's going to be going up on Patreon. So if you're interested in that, take a look at the Patreon channel. And there's also a lot of tutorials over there already, but going forward I have a really good course coming up that's going to be hopefully in the next couple of weeks will be up live on Patreon. So that if that's something that interests you, the links for that will also be down below. That's really about it, guys. Thanks very much for all your support, for all your wonderful comments, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the next video. Bye.